Right. All right, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another client interview. This is the third interview I've done in the last 2 weeks, so they seem to be just flying at us, which is amazing news. Today, I'm joined by Aurelien, a guy with an awesome name and an awesome agency.
Thank you.
Aurelien's been working with us for, if I'm not mistaken, mate, it's been since the end of March, so about 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the course of those 6 months, Aurelien's taken his agency from zero to 10K a month. So we've literally gone from absolutely nothing, from rock bottom to six figures in income, in yearly income over the course of a 6 month period, which is obviously pretty exciting and there's a good story to be told. So Aurelien, why don't you just take a second to explain to everybody who you are, what your background is, and what your niche is?
Okay, so like Charlie said, my name is Aurelien, full name Navara, but you can call me Ray. That's what I see on all the balloons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I really started this program from zero. And previous to that, I was in the agency business for a year and a half and really just going nowhere, not knowing what to
Mm,
do, trying out all these different strategies. Nothing really worked. Um, and then I got a message from Jack Roberts sending me an amazing voice note that just captivated me, and I knew I had to take the opportunity to kind of find out more about it.
mm,
When I was closed, really, was fantastic. Like from that point on, I have to say my life completely changed in terms of the agency, in terms of direction, in terms of clarity with what to do with the strategies. It was really just
mm.
kind of a life bending moment.
It's
Um,
amazing.
but yeah, from young, I've always like I started pretty early, even before agency at 16 years old with drop shipping. I had a fantastic experience beginning COVID, generating like in 2 weeks' time 10K, but then lost it all due to supplier issues. So then
Mm,
decided to
hmm.
do the agency thing. Yeah.
It's amazing, man. So you're, if I'm not mistaken, you are in the interior designers niche. So you work with
Interior design and architects. Yeah.
yeah. Why did you pick that niche?
So really when like that 2 years prior before I found the course, I had a
Mm,
few clients, losing them very quickly because the service delivery was pretty bad. But I still had one client, and that one client was in the interior design niche. And just with social media management, we found
mm,
a way to generate results for her business and for her studio. So when I got the course, the training on kind of finding the niche, I decided to kind of go with interior design. Also, what I realized after doing research, there's so many, like there's not even any agencies that kind of operate in
yeah.
that niche. I'm kind of alone here. There's one guy, but it's not the best. And all the others provide SEO services that just don't work. I mean, after all the interviews I do and speak to interior designers, they all have that common problem, but SEO doesn't work. All these other things don't work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. That's brilliant. So let's talk about where you were.
Yeah.
So obviously, now you're making 10 grand a month.
Yeah.
This is your first month officially hitting that sort of five-figure income, which is phenomenal, man. You should be really proud of
Thanks.
that.
Yeah.
So you'd been in the agency space before working with us for about a year and a half. And during that time, you'd basically just been spinning your wheels, never being able to
Yeah.
go beyond like two clients, just
Yeah.
like what was the big problem that you were facing? Like, why couldn't you go beyond that point, do you think? Explain the situation to me.
So it was like what I found out, I mean, after doing this training, like everything was wrong. I was kind of stuck in my shell thinking also it was a big ego thing. Like I didn't want to get told by anyone. I wanted to teach myself how to do it and stuff, but I was completely lost in terms of the structure of the business. Um, like I was hiring already when I had only like one client. I was even making too much money. Then in terms of getting clients, I was only basing it on referrals, right? I was
Right.
pushing for referrals. I tried email marketing. I'd even learn it. I just put some people to it, and it just didn't work. Also, I wasn't niched out at all, meaning I was just providing like a crappy service to all the different niches except interior designers or
Mm,
interior designer. But like the best way to put it, in all the domains of running an agency, I was lost. I was just completely lost, not knowing what to do and running around in circles and not getting
mm.
anywhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And what was it in the program that made you feel like you were found, if that makes sense? What were the
Oh,
modules? That's
So
the reaction I was hoping for, to be honest. But like, what specifically did you find to be the most useful?
so I got on the program, honestly, the first few videos where where you say start here, um, already that just changed everything. It was just paradigm shift after paradigm shift after paradigm shift. So I got a niche. The structure was then kind of sorted. Then in terms of client acquisition, I stumbled upon Loom Alchemy, love at first
Mm,
sight, honestly, and started that as soon as possible. Knew exactly what to do to get clients, even though the first few weeks weren't as successful. But I never had as much engagement with emails that I sent out. Then I start the Imperium approach, which is utilizing Instagram,
hmm
Facebook, short, snappy messages. From then on, it told me just I can get appointments. It kind of just changed that whole belief system that
Yeah,
getting appointments is hard. And it
yeah.
convinced myself I can get appointments. And just from that training, just from the client acquisition kind of training, um, I broke a personal record. I generated 6 new appointments in one day, which was crazy.
Jeez, that's
And
good.
uh, and then at the time when I started, there was no mindset module. The mindset module is it should be a course of its own, honestly. It's worth so much. And I saw that you posted a video of the mindset module in your YouTube channel. And to everyone that viewed that video, that's just the beginning. It's nothing compared to what's actually out there. And the mindset module, like it just changed everything. Like it hot wired my brain to want more, to generate more, to look for more, to
Mm,
just keep on improving myself. Of course, the journey wasn't just a straight line, because I have to say, even though it took me 6 months to get to that 10K, I really kind of switched up or switched on after watching the mindset module. And really,
mm,
the honest truth is, 3 months back, I was at around like 2K, 3K. And in 3 months' time, I actually got to 10K, I'd say, or generated like 7K of extra revenue. And that's really all due to the mindset module, which is
mm.
that's a huge part as well. And I haven't even finished the program and still on the paid attraction. So there's just so much more to
Dude,
learn.
nobody who's started the program has finished it. The fun fact for you, we've not got anyone with a 100% completion rate because of how much there is in there. Um,
It's
but
crazy.
what? So the mindset module is obviously the big turning point. And for anyone watching this who's unfamiliar with how we operate inside of the program, we obviously teach the strategies that
Uh,
Aurelien was discussing earlier because you went through the sales training and stuff. If I'm not mistaken,
oh, the sales training, Charlie, is amazing as well. The sales, I didn't touch on that, but the sales training, so like in the last three calls I had, last three calls all converted. Crazy.
really.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
insane, man. That's good. So, like, yeah, you've been through. So you obviously have the sales script, the training, the organic stuff. You've got
yeah,
appointments in sales, and it was funny because obviously, as you mentioned, for the first 3 months, you had all that stuff,
yeah.
but it wasn't until you start working on the mindset that you were
Mm,
like, "Oh yeah, I'll now go," because the organic and the sales stuff took you from 0 to 3 or 4K. And then the mindset stuff takes you from 3 or 4K to like 10, 15, 20K as you go beyond that.
yeah.
What specifically in the mindset module was helpful? Was there one or two things that stood out to you that just, or was it just as a general vibe, it just improved? What was it, do you think? It's hard
So
to, there's a lot in there, I know, but like, can you isolate
yeah,
one or two things you think that would have,
yeah,
that
yeah.
basically got you to that 10K mark?
So really, it's just I was never aware, first of all, then like characters and like beliefs and stuff could change. So that's one big thing, like the whole belief system that you teach in the self-transcendence. That was a
Mm,
huge shift. But I can become whoever I want. I can achieve whatever I want. It's just a matter of believing the right things.
hmm
Um, that's one key factor. Also, the action steps. Right now, I'm on designing life, the last one.
mm,
The key action steps to actually kind of continue, because I watched the module, right? The first
yeah.
three modules, fantastic, amazing. Like I started running, I started going to the gym, I started doing all of that. But then after 2 weeks, after a month, I started seeing the oscillations that you speak about as
Yeah. And
well.
it goes down.
Oscillations. And then at that point, I was like, oh no, I'm scared to kind of go back down to the same level I started at. But then as the module kind of progressed, you posted more videos. The action steps to actually get all of that started kind of just kept me up. And set my standards higher in terms of the oscillations.
Mm.
So really, yeah, the belief system, realizing oscillations as well, and also that it's normal, but gotta fight it. I'd say that these are the two key steps. I kind of rambled
Yeah.
on here, but
No, yes, I'm
that
sure
makes
it's
sense.
useful for everyone. I think it's the mindset module to people who aren't in the program is shrouded in all of this mystery. Rightfully so, because it's obviously like it's some of my best work, which I really enjoyed
I
making
can
it, but
tell,
it
like we can all tell, Charlie, but like on the when I speak, because I speak to all the members, uh,
mm,
everyone, they ask me or I ask them, what did you think about the mindset module? They all had the same reaction as me. It's just phenomenal. It's
yeah,
absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, the price of the course, like the mindset module alone is worth that price. And obviously, I
yeah,
mean, look at me, already kind of a huge return on investment, especially
mm,
due to that mindset module. But I don't want to kind of devalue all the other strategies you speak about because that's really
yeah.
everything.
One of the things when Bo and I were building out the course, at the beginning, one of the strategies we had or paradigms we had specifically for it is to make each sub-module as valuable as the price of the program itself.
Yeah.
So, for example, if we're charging like 6 grand or 8 grand or 12
Yeah.
grand for the program, we would want to be able just to sell the sales module and people be happy to pay just for that.
Yeah.
So when like the mindset module and just sell that for that price, and that was the level of standard we were aiming for. Is like if we just took this module standing alone, could we sell it high ticket? And if the answer is no, then it's just not good enough. And the thing about the training, all the videos, I'm still not happy with the mindset module. It's like I know it's amazing and it kicks ass, but I'm still not content with how I made it and how good it is because if I think it's as good as it can be, then there'll be no, I won't bother to try and improve it. And we've been doing that for pretty much everything in the program. So with new strategies and stuff we've got coming up. So you've been through the program, you've seen the transformation. How do you feel? So knowing that you're now the person that can make six figures and make 10 grand a month, and knowing that you've gone from, a complete situation of pain and struggle for like a year and a half to the point where you're now a six-figure earner. How does that make you feel? Because dude, I remember when I first hit 10K a month, I couldn't stop smiling, man. But how do you feel? Like it must be unbelievable.
So it's hard to describe the feelings. At first, like when I saw that number, because I'd even the progression, I'd even see it, and then I thought, wow, we're at 10K. I was so focused on the work and just grinding on basically with the course that I kind of lost track of it. When I saw 10K, it was just a big reality check. Like you've made it. It's possible. You can go even further. And after like a few days of realizing where we're at, um, this deeper drive and this deeper kind of level of focus to go even further just hits. And it's just right now I know I hit the 10K, which I think is one of the hardest challenges. I don't know yet, but so far one of the hardest challenges of my life, which I've accomplished. Like, and hitting the 20K or even 50K just feels so close. I know exactly how to get there. I know it's true. I have a better mindset, I have better knowledge to get to that point. So
Hmm.
I'm really in this state of mind, and that's really what the 10K created, really just the state of mind of pure focus and pure motivation to go even further because now I know I can do it.
That's really good because most people get there and get lazy. I
Me, the
think I
opposite.
think the best piece of advice I'd give you is skip 20, skip 30, just go straight for 50. Because like the natural, seriously, because like
I like that.
the natural progression for everyone who gets to 10K is like, all right, I'm now going to get to 20.
Mm,
But now, like all you've got to do to get to 20 is do what you've already done again,
yeah,
right? And you can do that, but you can't do what you've done again 5 times to get to 50K because then you have to start learning how to manage your time and hire a team.
yeah,
But like 10 to 20 is not hard. But 10 to 50 is where another level of
yeah,
challenge comes in. But if you just try and go for 20, man, you'll get it. And then you'll be like, all right, I'll go for 30. And then you get stuck in this like business growth shouldn't be linear. It shouldn't
yeah,
be like, all right, I'm going to get to 10 and then I'm going to get to 25 and then I'm going to get to 50. You should go like 10, 50, 100, 300, 500, a million. That's the trajectory that we're on. And it's like a lot of people limit themselves by they look at 10K and they think that's a lot of money. So then they think, well, if I just double that, then I've doubled a lot of money. But it's like,
Yeah.
but it's a big shift. So you want to get to that next level. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're going to really start to put fire on the gas now.
Oh
Gas
yeah.
on the fire, sorry. So you're going to start doing ads. What are the next steps for you as a business owner?
The next steps really, it's I start my content strategy. So I filmed like 30 videos already to get started on Monday. I think it's kind of a bit of a pain avoidance to not get it started today, but Monday
Monday,
start
dude,
the
that's like 100 hours away, man. What are you waiting on Monday?
I'll try and do it as soon as possible.
You know,
But
it's
yeah,
like one thing I've always noticed with um I'll do it tomorrow. It's like if you rephrase that to say like I'll do it in 24 hours, then you start to think why. Like if you
yeah,
say like if you put a date, like a specific day on when you're going to do something next, it creates this justification. But when you figure out how many hours you're actually waiting and then maybe how many minutes you're actually waiting, it's like I don't know, let's say it's like 100 hours, which is like I don't know, like it's what 6,000 minutes or something like that. Then you're like, why am I waiting 6,000 minutes to do something that I could just do right now and it would take me 10 minutes? But anyway, carry on. So you're starting your content strategy in 6,000 hours,
I'm gonna
six
start it
thousand
today.
six
I'm
thousand
gonna start it.
minutes.
I changed it. I'm gonna start it today. Um, and yeah, and then on Monday, because I'm still doing the lead page. Right before this call, I was on focusing on the lead page, creating the lead page. The ads should be ready to get started. So as
Yeah.
soon as the lead page is up, we're gonna start the paid attraction. So utilizing Facebook ads, possibly Instagram ads, to attract prospects for appointments.
Hmm.
Then for Loom, like the methods that have worked the best for me to get to that 10K, we're planning on doubling it. So or even more than doubling it. So currently we're sending 50 emails a day, 50 emails, Loom emails a day. Planning to take that to 200. And also in the process optimize the Loom scripts, optimize the videos, optimize further because I think I'm still not there in terms of KPIs, but it's still generating me a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
How many
and
clients do you need to get to 50K a month? Like 25?
50K.
How many
Um,
clients do you need?
so right now, to get to that 10K, what we did is kind of I took your word for it, kind of do anything to get to that 10K. So I did kind of reduce the prices to 1,000 USD per month with
Yeah.
advertising budget. But then what I've planned out is 220K, 10 to 20K to kind of possibly double that amount. So propose 2,000 with advertising budget.
Hmm.
Then to get to 50K, like maybe bring it up to 3,000. Like I don't know what to do with the pricing yet, but I
So
don't
you'd
want to
need
have like
like
60 clients.
you'd probably need like let's say you were charging 2K and bringing back 2K, and then the client pays for ad spend separately, you'd need 25 clients. And if your sales conversion rate on that, even if it was like 10%, then you'd only need 250 meetings. So then you just kind of just figure out how can you get 250 meetings, and then you just engineer that back. Like let's say you've got like a 1% appointment booking
It's a
rate, you
good
just
way to
send
see it. Yeah.
yeah, you just send 25,000 emails.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it like that, like if you've got a 10% sales conversion rate and a 1% appointment booking rate, then you're literally 25,000 emails away from 50K a month.
That's in the mindset module as
People
well.
don't see it like that though. It's like
Yeah.
it's not people like want to optimize their KPIs and have really efficient systems, but like people like who want to get to 10 grand a month. Let's say you're awful at sales and have a 10% conversion rate. You close 1 in 10,
Yeah.
and you on cold calls, let's say that you make 100 cold calls to book a meeting because you're not that efficient at cold calling, right? Then it's like, okay, well, how many like calls do you need to get 10 clients to get to 10K a month? 100 calls. All right, then like what 100 is 1% of what? Then you just figure that out, and it just turns out that you're literally just like, what even is that? 10,000 cold calls away from 10K a month,
Yeah.
which
That
is
is a good way to
a
see
lot
it.
of cold calls. But like, if you think about that logically, if you make enough calls, but people don't see it like that. But
It's a
it's not
good way to
hard.
see it. It gives it that kind of like a lot of clarity. You know what you have to do to get there. Maybe the numbers might be a bit like statistically they might be a bit off, but it is the best way to kind of see it.
Well, if you did cold calling every day for 90
Yeah.
days and you made 111 cold calls a day,
Yeah.
With a 1% appointment booking rate and a 10% sales conversion rate, you get to 10K a month. People don't realize it, man. They're just like, they're literally 100 cold calls a day away from 10K a month in 3 months. You can make more than a doctor
Yeah.
trains for in 7 years in 90 days just by picking up a phone 100 times and telling people what you do. But I don't know, man. People are mad. But either way, man. So you're here now. You've gone from zero to, well, roughly zero to 10K a month in the course of
I
six
say I'll
months.
also you can say 6 months, but I'd say 3 months, honestly, because the first 3 months of me being in the course, I don't know, I wasn't doing what I was. It was loads of pain avoidance, like it was almost 90% pain avoidance. Because the thing is, I knew it worked. I knew it worked. Everyone was telling me it works. But then it was just this huge thing stopping me back. And before the mindset module, and that's why with all the new members, I tell them, make sure to kind of watch the mindset module still kind of at the beginning while learning the loom, because at my stage, like, I got the strategies down for client acquisition, but the main problem as well was the mindset. It was kind of
Yeah.
the belief system. It was all of that. And honestly, like, I refer back to these videos every 2 weeks. At least I look at one. I'm
Yeah.
designing the journal right now as well. Um, and it's just, for me, it's mainly that. And one huge thing that stuck from the coaching calls, uh no, it's actually from the mindset video you highlighted when you start. It's like 80% mindset, and then, like, I think 20% strategies and stuff. I agree with that. Like, for me, it was exactly the case. Maybe for others, they already have the mindset down, but, and the thing is, at the beginning, I thought I had it down. Like, I thought I had an amazing mindset and stuff, but I just didn't. And
Yeah,
I
I think a lot of people do. It's a massive um do you know what I've it's a weird sort of paradox,
Yeah,
non-binary thing, because if you think like it's what I was saying earlier about the videos, but like a lot of people think if they've done mindset training, they've got a good mindset.
yeah,
But if you think you've got a good mindset, that's a bad mindset.
yeah.
Does that make sense? Because like
It does. It does.
if
It
you
does.
think your mind, because your mindset right now is produces the result you get. So
Yeah.
if my mindset, for example, can make me 200 or 300 grand a month, but I shouldn't label it as good or bad. I should label it as facilitate, like as something that can facilitate the level I'm at. So it's
Yeah.
like, is my mindset good or bad? It's only ever relative to my goals. So right now my mindset is bad because I want to get to 8 figures. And if I had the mindset for 8 figures and enough time, I'd be there. So I
Mm.
think it's easy to fall into that trap, like you said at the beginning, where you think like, oh, but I'm super motivated and I'm disciplined and I read a lot. It's like, yeah, but it's those paradigm shifts that you don't have. And if you thought like that, then you wouldn't have the right
Yeah.
paradigm anyway. But man, I'm so happy for you, and it makes me really excited and happy to know that you're not stopping either, and you're just going to keep going. So what? There's one thing I like to get my lovely students who have been successful at the end to try and sell the program to the people watching. So if you
Ah,
were,
easy.
if you were if you were watching this video and you were thinking about booking a call with Imperium, or you were on the fence deciding whether to join, what advice would you give to yourself knowing what you know now?
I'm thinking. Um,
Try and put it in 3 words.
Trust your guts, probably. Trust
Yeah.
yourself. Um, because when I was on the call, the thing is that, like, there was so much pain involved from the last almost year and a half of just
Mm,
not getting anywhere, and my motivation, like, I dropped out of uni to kind of pursue this. It was going nowhere, right? And obviously parents were, it's a big kind of change dropping out of uni. And then on the call, it was like, it felt like all my problems were going to go away, but it felt too good to be true, and I was very doubtful. And if any of you guys are on a call with Charlie, Jack, or Nor, um, don't doubt yourself. This is the right way to go. This
mm,
is, if you want an agency, a thriving agency, and you're willing to put the work, this is probably the best course out there. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names, but looking at
do
other
it.
people's, oh, great. I mean,
Because
the
I think is
course.
I don't know which courses you've been through before, and it's technically not me slating anyone. So
We all know
maybe
Iman's course. We all know his course. All I've heard about his course, and I got it as well, is that it's shit. And from what I've seen, it's absolute crap compared to this. Like just the starter videos, probably possibly from this course here is better than the whole course of Iman's. Um, like it's just this is the best thing on the market. I know this for a fact, and like I'm one of the kind of the proof here that this
mm,
works. This fucking works. Um,
appreciate it, man.
Everyone else, honestly, everyone else as well that kind of succeeded in the group. You're not even mentioning everyone. That's the thing. There's so
Well,
many
this is
other
the thing, dude.
people.
There's so many
Too
people
many.
that
Yeah.
there's so many people like you who have gone from 0 to 10 or from 5 to 20 or to 40 to 50. But I asked them if they want to be interviewed, and they're like, no, I'd rather just keep it low key. And because, obviously to come on someone's YouTube channel and talk about how much money you're making and your story, it's not everyone wants to talk about that. And,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of people like we've got, I think now probably like 13 or 15 or so interviews like this, but I could make another 15 with people, but they don't want, they're not comfortable, and that's fine. But generally speaking, 15 interviews of people who have
It's
added six, seven
there's your
figures is enough.
honestly, there's your answer, guys. Like everyone in this group is succeeding. Before as well, before I went on the call, I asked Jack, I was like, please send me the contacts of like 5 or 10 people in this group already. He gave me the contacts without hiding anything. He just gave me the contacts, contacted them on LinkedIn. All of them had the same answer as me. All of them, this is fantastic. If you want to grow your agency, if you want to take it seriously, get this course. And the
Yeah,
price tag, just you don't even think about the price tag anymore because it is worth every single penny and 100 times more. So if you don't have this course and you're looking to get an agency, I have no clue what you're doing. You're going to be lost like
yeah,
me for years and years and years.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
but yeah, I
amazing.
mean, that's
All right,
what I
man.
can
Well,
say.
I think we'll wrap it up, Aurelien. I think that's been. I mean, for me, I'll share this with the team as well. It's always. I'm not surprised that you've got such good results, but I always find it slightly unbelievable that we can someone can go through content that we've made and then come out on the other end 6 months later with 100 grand a year business. It's like, okay, like I know it's happens and it's easy to do it because the program's good, but it also sometimes blows my mind that you've got the commitment and the work ethic and people who can actually just sit down and do it because it's rare to
Mm,
find that, man. So listen, we'll call it here. Anyone watching, book a bloody call, I'm telling you now.
do
And
it.
I no doubt we'll see Aurelien again on the channel in a couple of months or maybe a year.
Great, fantastic.
Cheers, man.